A business owner spent $47,000 on an AI transformation in 2025. By February 2026, she'd fired the consultants, scrapped the entire system, and made a decision that tripled her margins. And here's the part nobody tells you. Her breakthrough had almost nothing to do with AI. Okay, so here's what actually happened. She ran a $180K revenue business. She bought an AI invoicing system, state of the art, the consultant said. Beautiful demo, incredible pitch deck. And it was processing corrupted data from a 15-year-old accounting spreadsheet the entire time. The AI was perfect. The foundation was rotten. So every output was confidently, expensively wrong. And look, this isn't a one-off story. Gartner published their State of AI Adoption report back in January 2026. And the number is brutal. 60% of enterprise AI projects launched in 2025 failed to hit their ROI targets by Q1 2026. Not because the AI was bad, because the data and process design were catastrophic. 60%. That's not a rounding error. That's most of the room. So before we talk about what's actually working, and we're going to get very specific, with real numbers, real companies, real before and afters, you need to understand why most AI strategies fail at the strategy layer, not the tool layer. Because the tool is almost never the problem. Here's the context that makes all of this urgent right now. GPT-4o inference costs dropped another 30 to 40% from Q1 2025 to Q1 2026. That's on top of the drops from the year before. So the economic bottleneck isn't processing power anymore. It's integration and process design. AI agents that were too expensive to deploy 18 months ago are now viable for any business, any size, any industry. The barrier to entry basically collapsed. But, and this is the part that should keep you up at night, that only matters if your data and workflows can actually feed them. Cheap AI running on garbage data isn't a bargain. It's just faster garbage. More confident garbage. Garbage at scale. So the question isn't, can we afford AI now? The question is, are you ready for it? And the answer for most businesses is honestly, no, not yet. But here's the playbook to get there. Companies reporting 200 to 350% ROI within 12 months. That's from PwC's Global AI Study published in February 2026. They're not doing something revolutionary. They're doing something almost nobody talks about. They're decommissioning broken processes and replacing them with hyper-focused AI agents. Not adding AI on top of chaos. Removing the chaos first. The 180K business owner? She spent 6 weeks auditing her entire invoicing workflow. 40% of her data was duplicated or corrupted. Cleaned it. Then deployed the AI. The AI wasn't the transformation. The cleanup was. The AI was just the reward for doing the unglamorous work first. Putting AI on top of a broken process is like strapping a rocket engine to a car with square wheels. You've got immense power. You're still not going anywhere fast. The engine just makes the vibration worse. Okay, so here's where it gets specific. 3 hidden costs separate the winners from the 60% who fail. And I mean hidden. These don't show up in your AI vendor sales deck. Shocking, I know. Cost 1, data rot. Your data's messier than you think. And AI amplifies that mess at scale. What was a small error in your spreadsheet becomes a systematized, automated, confidently delivered wrong answer across your entire operation. Hundreds of times a day. Cost 2, the integration gap. Your AI tool is brilliant. It's also completely disconnected from your actual ERP, your CRM, your accounting system. So it gives you beautiful outputs based on data it doesn't have access to. Brilliant AI. Useless output. Cost 3. The change management void. You deploy the tool because nobody explained why their job just changed, what the AI is actually doing, or why they should trust it. The tool sits there, unused, expensive, slowly becoming a case study in what not to do. All 3 are invisible until they're catastrophically expensive. The winners front-load all 3. They solve them before they buy anything. Let me show you exactly what this looks like in practice. Mid-sized logistics company, 200 employees, $45 million annual revenue. January 2025, they launched an AI route optimization system. Cost, $180,000. Result, absolute chaos. The AI was optimizing routes based on incomplete, outdated delivery data. Drivers got conflicting instructions. Customer satisfaction tanked, 12%. By August 2025, they stopped using it entirely. Now here's the pivot. In October 2025, instead of buying a different AI tool, which is what every consultant told them to do, they hired an AI integration specialist. One person, whose entire job was to map their delivery workflow and figure out why the first attempt failed. This person spent 8 weeks on something that sounds incredibly boring. They discovered their dispatch data hadn't been cleaned since 2019. 2019. They rebuilt the data pipeline. No new AI. Same tool they'd already paid for. Different foundation. By February 2026, 28% reduction in average delivery time. 31% fuel cost savings. Customer satisfaction up 14%. ROI 340% within 4 months. Same AI, different foundation. The difference wasn't the technology. It was the 8 weeks of unsexy process mapping that nobody wanted to do. Okay, here's the part that most AI strategy content completely misses. The era of one giant LLM solves everything is dead. It died in Q4 2025, and I'm not being dramatic. This is a real strategic shift happening right now. The winners in early 2026 are deploying domain-specific fine-tuned models. Smaller, cheaper, faster, and dramatically more accurate for specific tasks. A legal services firm isn't using GPT-4o for contract analysis anymore. They're using a specialized model, trained on 50,000 legal documents, that costs 1/10 as much, and catches clause violations the general model misses entirely. A supply chain company isn't using a general model for demand forecasting. They're using a model trained on their own 10 years of historical data. Think of it like this. A general-purpose LLM is a world-class chef who knows every cuisine. Fine-tuning that model on your specific business is giving that chef your grandmother's secret recipes and 6 months of cooking in your kitchen. They already know how to cook. You're just showing them exactly how to make your dish, your way. Every single time. 1/10 the cost, twice the accuracy. This shift requires something uncomfortable. You have to deeply understand your own data and your own business before you can specify the model. Which is exactly why most companies skip it. It's not sexy. It's not a keynote slide. But it's where the 200 to 350% ROI is hiding. Second case study. Enterprise financial services firm. 500 plus employees. They had 47 different software systems that didn't talk to each other. In 2025, they tried to add AI to their customer service operation. The AI was smart, but it couldn't access real customer data. That data was siloed across 47 different systems. So it gave generic, useless responses to real customer questions. By June 2025, they abandoned the project. Cost $320,000, gone. But here's what they did differently in Q3 2025. Instead of buying another tool, they did unglamorous integration work. They mapped which 3 of their 47 systems actually held 85% of customer-relevant data. 3 out of 47. They built API connections between those 3 systems and their AI layer. Then they deployed a specialized model trained on their own historical customer interactions. By December 2025, a working AI customer service system that could actually access real data and give contextual, accurate responses. By January 2026, it was handling 34% of inbound support tickets autonomously. Annual cost savings, $210,000. ROI, 210% in year 1. Again, the AI wasn't the innovation. The integration architecture was. The 3 systems out of 47. That's the insight. Here's something that's going to sound wrong at first. You don't need more data scientists. You need AI integration specialists. People who understand how to connect AI to your actual business systems and processes. Not build models, connect them. Demand for these roles grew 85% in 2025. There's a projected 40% skills gap by Q3 2026. And the reason is exactly what you just saw in both case studies. The logistics company didn't hire a machine learning engineer. They hired someone who could spend 8 weeks mapping a delivery workflow. The financial services firm didn't need a PhD in AI. They needed someone who could figure out which 3 of 47 systems actually mattered. Most companies are still hiring for 2024's problem. We need someone to build models. The 2026 problem is different. We need someone who can make AI work inside our existing, messy, legacy system-riddled operation. That's a completely different skill set. And right now, those people are extremely hard to find and getting harder. I want to raise the stakes here, because this is where nice optimization project becomes existential threat. The EU AI Act is fully effective as of early 2026 for high-risk systems. And the European Commission has already started issuing major fines for systems lacking robust human oversight and transparency documentation. This isn't theoretical anymore. One company deployed a hiring AI in January 2026 without proper bias auditing. They're now facing a €2.8 million fine and mandatory system decommissioning. €2.8 million for skipping the audit. And here's the dark comedy of it. The audit probably would have cost them €50,000 and 6 weeks. They chose to skip it. The math on that decision is not great. If you deploy AI without understanding your data provenance, your model's decision logic, and your human oversight mechanisms, you're not just wasting money. You're building a regulatory liability with a timer on it. The unglamorous work, data audits, process mapping, compliance documentation isn't optional anymore. It's legally mandatory in half the world's major markets. Okay, here's the insight that ties everything together. The companies winning in 2026 are not the ones shouting about their AI transformation. They're the ones making AI so invisible and integrated into their workflows that employees and customers don't even realize they're interacting with it. The logistics company's drivers don't think I'm using AI route optimization. They just get better routes. The financial services customers don't think this is an AI. They get faster, more accurate answers. The 180K business owners team, they don't think about AI at all. They just process invoices 40% faster with fewer errors. This is the shift from AI as a feature to AI as infrastructure. And it only works if you've done the foundation work first. Clean data, integrated systems, clear processes, proper governance. The company that makes AI invisible wins. The company that makes it visible, look at our AI strategy, is doing marketing, not operations. And marketing doesn't show up in your margin. All right, here's exactly what the winners are running right now. 6 steps, no fluff. Step 1, audit your data. Not think about auditing your data. Actually map which data is clean, which is corrupted, which is duplicated. Spend 2 to 4 weeks on this. It's unsexy. It's mandatory. Step 2, map your processes. Find the 3 to 5 high-value repetitive tasks that consume the most labor and generate the most errors. Don't automate everything. Automate the right things. This distinction is the entire game. Step 3, identify your integration points. Which systems actually hold the data your AI needs? The financial services firm found it was 3 out of 47. Build the connectors. This is where integration specialists earn their salary. Step 4, deploy specialized, not general. Stop using one giant LLM for everything. Use a fine-tuned model for your specific use case. Cheaper, faster, better. 1/10 the cost, twice the accuracy. I already showed you the math. Step 5, build human oversight into the architecture from day one, not we'll add it later. The EU is charging €2.8 million for we'll add it later. Build it in now. Step 6, measure the right metrics. Not AI accuracy, not number of prompts processed. Measure actual business impact. Time saved, errors reduced, revenue increased. If it doesn't move a real business metric, it's not working. Doesn't matter how impressive the demo looks. If you don't get this right in 2026, you're not just falling behind. You're building a financial liability. The cost of integrating AI poorly will be measured in wasted budget, lost talent, and regulatory fines by 2027. Your best people are already looking for companies that actually empower them with these tools. And your competitors are running this playbook right now, today, not next quarter. The difference between the companies flying and the companies falling isn't the AI. It was never the AI. It's the foundation: clean data, integrated systems, clear processes, proper governance. Unglamorous, high ROI, invisible when it works. If this kind of specific, no-fluff breakdown is what you're looking for, subscribe to Nuvox AI. We cover what's actually happening in AI every single day. Not the hype, the real playbook. By Q3 2026, every company that skipped the foundation work will be explaining to their board why they wasted 6 figures on invisible AI, while their competitors are already running this playbook. The question isn't whether AI works. It's whether you've done the work first.